All right. I don't know how well that was compared to last time, but
we never know.
Yeah. Well,
It's just to make sure that our lip flaps match the audio, so there isn't a horrible disconnect that drives our viewers insane.
what,
and
you
instead,
mean where it looks like one of those Godzilla movies that gets dubbed into English? Where there's literally a Calvin and Hobbes strip that goes, I wonder why their mouths keep moving long after they stop talking.
Yeah.
Anyway, hello to our 7 listeners.
Hi, 7 people.
Hello.
I'm sorry.
Anyone who happens to find this outside of the tri-state area, anyone who finds this internationally, anyone who finds this intergalactically. I know.
Well, that's
something
quite
you don't.
impressive considering human radio signals haven't even left the Milky Way. So, yeah, if you found this intergalactically, congratulations. We don't know how you did it.
Well, I mean, this could be like millions of years in the future when the waves go out that far.
If you're listening to this millions of years in the future, we are long dead. And the key password is...
But wait, we're not
I
sending
hope you
via radio
imported-
signal. This is all digital.
Maybe
Oh, it
you
is?
aren't.
Damn it, I
well-
was going to doom a future civilization and you
Thanks,
didn't let
Steve.
me.
Thanks for ruining my dream.
Hey,
You know
don't.
what? Dracula called and he's coming over tonight, and I said okay.
Hey, guys, don't forget, I know a guy who worked at the Arecibo radio telescope. If I wanted to beam this video out into space and I bribed him enough money, I could totally do it.
Ooh.
You know what? I kind of want to help you raise the money to do that.
That doesn't mean I should. I'm just saying I can't.
Wait, the Arecibo, the one that sadly does not exist anymore?
No, but presumably he's gotten another job at another radio telescope. And if not, he knows people.
Fair enough. SETI is still an
Only
organization.
So, before we get started, we have a question and 2 comments. All right. From
So
Flora.
wait, hang on. We have comments that they didn't put in the comments section of the video.
No, because these were taken from real life people.
Cowards.
So your mom and your girlfriend?
No. Natalie would just comment on the video. She doesn't care. From
Thank you,
Flora,
Natalie.
She
no.
wants to ask what our favorite and least favorite fast food chains are, and if there's any specific menu items from those places that we particularly
Oh, God
enjoy.
fucking damn. Flora asked this?
Yes.
God fucking damn it. She knew that this would open a can of worms that's going to take a half hour to talk about.
You're
Gentlemen, we embark on the trash burger hierarchy today.
Hold on, wait. If that's the case, before we get started on that, the 2 comments are one from my mom. She says, "Guys, you sound great. I'm surprisingly really enjoying the podcast." And the other one is
Thank you,
also,
Mrs. Augustine.
And the other comment is also from Flora, saying, "Steve, by the way, I will be gone next week, so you're responsible for taking care of the laundry."
Oh, yeah. That's true. She leaves on Friday, so... Yeah.
Oh my
I love
God.
the fact that that was a thing.
That was a comment she wanted to make on the podcast.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm gonna rip into her after this.
Oh, God. Oh, my
Hold on, wait.
God. Oh, God, he posted the screenshots.
God.
Oh,
I
that's
gotta-
great.
on this episode of the Truman Show.
Yeah.
Forget Truman
I'm
Show.
uploading
This
these.
is... Are we ready to discuss communication in your marriage? Does your husband have a podcast? Boy, howdy, do we have a way to get the message across.
So what are cons starting back up again? I haven't been paying attention.
A little bit, actually.
A little bit, but it's not the large scale stuff. I know that there's going to be one that's taking place in New York at the Javits Center in November. Flora wants to go to that.
Yeah, everyone
like
is
fun.
aiming winter. They're aiming late.
Yeah.
Vicky and I are going to a monster movie convention that is all outdoors on the 23rd.
Is that the one that's in New Jersey?
Yep.
Cool.
So,
Wait, what's it called?
Monster Mania.
Is that the
It's
one
in
that's
Cherry Hill.
Yeah, it's one that's in Cherry
Or
Hill.
is,
at the,
or is this one going to be by Oaks because it's all outdoors this year?
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I know the one that's in Cherry Hill.
Yeah,
That's really that's a really
Normally
famous
it's
con.
in normally it's in Cherry Hill and it's like twice a year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
But
it's
because
at that hotel that's on Route 38 or 70 or
because they want to both comply with mask mandates and keep things a little safer, they're gonna make it. Yeah. Let's see. 46 has been rescheduled. Pop-up event. Yeah, this one's happening in Oaks.
Okay.
And it's all outdoors, so it's basically a monster flea market.
Monster Mania is actually where I went and met Tony Todd and the guy who played Bub the Zombie from Day of the Dead. And I actually stood in line for several hours and I got to meet George Romero.
Cool.
That was a good time.
There's a actor from a horror movie that Vicky adores that she showed me called Night of the Creeps, who is who's like the guy who
does he play the detective in that movie?
Yes, he's the detective, and he has all the best lines.
Tom Atkinson.
He's gonna be there, and that was my main motivator for getting Vicky to go.
You have to tell her, tell him when you see him that your friend Will is he unironically loves Halloween 3.
I will keep that in mind. And you can tell Vicky herself. She listens to these.
Okay, cool. Yeah, just let him know I like him.
Hi, babe. I love you.
Pretty good. So.
Hi, Flora. But anyway, I hate you.
So Steve, tell us about your favorite fast food.
Okay. You know what? Can I go last? Because I have to think about this.
Okay, so least favorite is actually fast food in general. I actually don't eat fast food all that often.
Coward answer.
No. But there are several things. When I do go, I have very specific spots that I go to anymore. My all-time favorite fast food item has to be the volcano burrito from Taco Bell. I miss it. I remember there was a time where I was actually texting with Evan, and he told me that he got some bad news and he wasn't like in a great mood and he was really feeling down. And I'm literally at the order menu and I just ordered like 3 volcano burritos for myself. And I told the person there, yeah, double that order. And I just walked over to his house. He's like, I don't want to talk about it. I'm like, I'm not here to talk. I brought food. He's like, I'm letting you in only because you brought Taco Bell. So we just sat around for like 6 hours playing Super Nintendo and eating volcano burritos.
Oh, that's the sign of a good friend, ladies and gentlemen.
That is true friendship.
And then, since the volcano burrito is long extinct, my favorite fast food thing now is there's a very specific McDonald's I will go to. It has to be when I'm on the way to the shore, but they're like whenever I stop by, they always have a delivery truck outside. Like they're always getting a fresh delivery of food, which is crazy because they're in like a town of 500 people. And I'm like, well, how
is the town right off of a highway?
No.
Okay, that is weird.
Yeah.
That is weird.
But I've never had like soggy fries or a burger that doesn't like everything there tastes fresh. And I'm like, it's like if McDonald's actually made their food with quality ingredients. Like it's strange to say that, but there's a noticeable difference in quality between eating there and eating at any other McDonald's. So I will go to that McDonald's because it's like, all right, the food actually tastes like food. It doesn't taste like this processed garbage.
I want to put an aside to that because since we're talking about McDonald's and this isn't my my pick or anything, but I think that there's only a certain McDonald's now, as far as I know, that still has the hot mustard dipping sauce. And one of those is the one that's near me, and that I think everybody hates the hot mustard sauce, but I personally love it because it's spicy and it's kind of like a spicy brown mustard kind of taste, sort of.
Is it like the spicy mustard you'd get from like a Chinese place?
Yeah, kind of. Not as like nasal clearing as the Chinese packets, but it's got that same vibe. Yeah, I would say.
Let's see. As a fat person, I do have opinions on this.
Will, what's your least favorite? because he
Oh.
he asked for both.
Yeah,
I already know what
non-coward
my
answer,
least
please.
favorite is.
Jesus. I
I
mean,
already have that ready to go.
probably. I mean, do I have to limit it to one?
I would say for the sake of fairness, keep it to one.
All right. Jesus Christ.
Something that you've had and you were like, I will never order this again. This is garbage.
Oh God. Come back to me on that one.
Okay, we'll come back to it.
I
Actually,
need
you know,
time to think about that one.
You know what we'll do? We'll do everyone's favorite first, and then we'll do
Okay.
the least favorite.
Wait.
and go around
Wait.
again.
Hold on. Wait. Does Wingstop count as fast food?
No, I don't think.
So wings. So
Okay.
that's actually the distinction I was going to bring up. There's a difference between, and I learned this in the fucking real estate industry. There's a difference between fast food and a concept called fast casual.
Yeah.
Fast casual costs more, takes more time than fast food. It's a little higher quality, but
Yeah, it's like Five Guys. Five Guys.
it's
is
Five Guys. It's Smash Burger. Technically, Chipotle and Qdoba fall under that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I wouldn't put Wingstop in the category of fast food. I mean, have you ever imagine sitting through that drive-through?
Yeah, fast casual
Give me my wings.
at most, or at best.
Give them
So with that barrier firmly established, my favorite is consistently Wendy's, and Wendy's is also my least favorite. Because for all the good that they have done in their various different things, and for all the good that their standbys have been, they have made some stupid ass burgers
Oh yeah.
They've
and
also
stupid
gotten
ass
rid of,
chicken
like,
sandwiches.
Things on the menu that I would actually eat. Like they got rid of their chicken wraps. Not that they're great,
But they got rid of it. Yeah, no, it's like, I get parsing the menu down. I get you need to reinvent every once in a while, but
Yeah, I mean,
fuck
that was
off. Fuck off. Don't stop a good thing, man.
It was a
That
good
being-
option.
That being said, I do want to talk about my guilty pleasure, which I know is horrible, but I love it.
Wingstop.
No.
No,
Is it
I-
the- is it
I-
the bake- is it the
I'm going to
Baconator?
say this, and you're going to kick me off of this server. Arby's.
Why would I kick you off the server for that?
Well, all right. Well, hold on. Wait a second. What is it?
Oh, it's Arby's. As
No,
a
I
whole.
mean, like, what's the sandwich?
Yeah, what's the thing from Arby's you like?
Oh, shit, that's a hard choice because there's a couple of great chicken sandwiches, but my standby is a bacon and cheddar, in which I slather an Arby's sauce.
Okay.
Bacon cheddar is good. I
mean-
really
Well,
like.
no, sorry, no, beef and cheddar is its name. My bad.
Yeah.
It's not great roast beef, and I live next to like 6 delis. I can get good roast beef,
Yeah.
but nothing hits the spot like an Arby's sandwich.
Look,
And this is a
sometimes-
trait.
True.
Sometimes you just want to have a little trash, you know?
Oh yeah. Definitely.
Listen, it's the philosophy that my mom lives by, which is listen. It doesn't matter if you live next to amazing restaurants or you can cook amazing dishes. Once in a while, you want something cheap and you want something tasty. You want a bag of chips.
Well, you know what it is? You could go out to a 5-star Italian restaurant that has like amazing pasta and they do great things with the sauce. But you know, even if that's right there, if there's like a local pizza place an equal distance away, sometimes you just want a pizza.
Exactly.
You know, it's-
I will ask this question. Where
Sometimes
would
your
we-
wallet just wants a pizza.
yeah, you know, that's a good point.
in
too.
this gigantic analogy, where are we putting the sandwich concepts like Quiznos and Subway?
Aren't they under the same vein as Qdoba and Moe's and all that? I mean, you can make the shit in front of you, but it still falls under the fast casual.
Yeah.
Bet, because I would say, because if we allowed that, I'd say Subway is the one I hate the most, and
So
Quiznos is the one I loved the most. But Quiznos is dead, so
Okay, so you guys brought up something that I'm gonna get to after Tino says his favorite, but yeah, I wasn't aware of all the categories. I actually have a tie for the one I hate the most.
Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking like, does Chick-fil-A count as fast food because you do have to wait a little
Kinda?
bit?
I mean,
Like,
they're
like
in the
they
same
don't give
vein
it
as
to you
KF
at the counter.
Chick-fil-A is kind of like, I guess it's the gourmet cooking of fast food. Like, it's at the absolute highest tier of fast
Chick-fil-A
food.
occupies the same place as KFC, where it is like the highest quality of fast food you can get.
Right, but it's not good enough to be fast casual where you gotta wait where it's like Wingstop.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's like right
fair.
on the cusp.
That's fair. Okay.
Well,
Then-
on that note, my favorite is Chick-fil-A. Their spicy chicken deluxe sandwich. So yeah.
I can see that.
That tracks.
I'll
Also,
modify.
I do want to say their peach milkshake changed my life the first time I had it. I was like, "What is this?
Yeah.
This came from a fast food joint." So
They got good milkshakes there.
yeah, they do.
I'll edit my favorite because I didn't realize Qdoba was an option. I don't go there often because there's not really that many around me. But
They're
do
dying.
their-
I'm sorry to say.
What's up?
I'm sorry to say they are dying.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, it's to be expected, but I mean, and it's a shame because like they have like basically what's like a taco gumbo that's kind of pretty good.
And you
Like,
got
I
the
like
chips.
Yeah. But
Qdoba is where all the ideas that Chipotle is too scared to experiment with goes.
yep.
Or sorry,
Yeah.
It's
my
kind of
least
sad
favorite-
because the last time I even saw a Qdoba was
Temple?
in college at Broad and
Yeah.
Cecil B. So
I need to check to see if the one near me is still alive or not. Give me a second.
I didn't even get to say my favorite yet. Are we
Oh.
all?
Oh yeah,
Huh?
guys. Well, go. You said you wanted to go last because you have a big half-hour story, Mister
No,
Important.
I don't have a half-hour story. I said that I had to think about it because I love fast food. I fucking love it. It's fantastic. I would say out of everything that I've ever had, the In-N-Out Double Double is my favorite sandwich. It's an experience that I had for the first time not last year, in 2019 when I went to LA to go to KCON with some friends, and they gave it to me, and I was like, the fuck is this shit? It was just insane. Like and you know what? Here's the thing though. If you're talking about the quality of food in general, it's not the best, but it's the best value, I would say. Because the Double Double, I believe, is only like $3. In-N-Out Double Double.
Yeah, I hear legends of In-N-Out, but they've never come to the East Coast, and I've never been to the West Coast. So,
well,
Yeah.
you're wrong about that, Dave. Did you hear about the time that somebody found an In-N-Out burger on the street in Queens or something?
Oh, they had a pop-up store in London, I think.
No, I don't mean a pop-up store. I mean somebody found an In-N-Out burger on the street in Queens, just sitting by
like
itself.
Sitting on,
that is some goddamn fey propaganda bullshit. That is designed to trick someone into going into a portal. And you and I both fucking know it.
Next thing you know, you're in LA and you're homeless. No, it turns out it was I think it was some girl who was from LA, had gone home for for spring break or something, and was coming back because she was like studying at NYU or something, but she really wanted to have like one last In-N-Out burger, so she took it with her on the plane, but then dropped it.
Oh no, you know actually what that is? She's pulling out her luggage, she finds this cold ass In-N-Out burger, and she goes, "You fuck."
No, I wouldn't do that. So yeah, the Double Double is $3.45 for
Okay.
like a double sandwich thing.
So it's pretty good then.
Yeah, I mean, like the value is really good. I would say the In-N-Out menu in general is pretty solid. Their fries are terrible. You have to get either like well done fries, which you actually have to tell them to do that. It's technically a secret menu option. But yeah, they basically leave it in the fryer for another minute or two, and it crisps
Secret
up
menu,
all
like
the
when you go to Wawa and you actually tap on the goose on the touch screen.
time. Oh yeah,
Wait.
yeah.
Wait,
Yeah,
what?
the secret menu.
Yeah.
The secret menu. Yeah,
Yeah.
you touch the
Well-
goose and there's like a secret menu thing. But it's
Well,
not-
apparently it
that's
was
like
a secret
recent
because
thing.
I didn't know about that. Jeez.
I'll need to ask
Yeah.
Vicky about that and see because my girlfriend used to work for Wawa. She
I think
has
it's a relatively
opinions about
recent thing.
Wawa.
I think it's a relatively recent thing.
Yeah.
I mean, goodness, there's a Wawa down the street from my house. I'm gonna have to go try this once we're done recording.
They're like all over where I fucking live now. It's kind of nuts. And
Yeah.
like, and not like
starting to
cheap
take
pop-ups.
over.
They're like the full service gasoline and everything Wawas. It's kind of insane.
Yeah, we have them by our house now.
Yeah, like
All right,
7-Eleven
so anyway,
is getting
we'll
fucked, which it should be.
We'll do the least favorite now. So go ahead.
All right, yeah. Mine is a tie between Subway and Domino's.
You don't like Domino's?
You know what? Domino's and Pizza Hut are not great fast food pizza chains. Like, that much is clear. Like, if I want to get a good pizza, and Steve can vouch for this, I'll go to Fratelli's, which is right near my house. Steve remembers that pizza.
Yeah, I think like it's.
But
pizza...
Domino's, here's the problem I have with Domino's. Domino's to me tastes like if you were to get anything off the menu at Pizza Hut, but at least 30% of like the crust is mixed with cardboard. At least 30% of the tomato sauce is mixed with like some kind of red acrylic paint. 30% of the pepperoni is mixed with like, I don't know, flesh from a mouse or something. You know, it just tastes off. It's greasy.
Like Pizza Hut at least
it's
is passable as pizza.
Yeah.
I don't agree with that. I think Domino's has come a long way in recent years. I mean, I would absolutely say that as a fact maybe 5 years ago, but they've definitely come a long way.
No, I'll tell you
I
what.
haven't had them in a decade, so you'll have to let me know.
About 4 months ago, I had a personal pan pizza, like one of those like tiny little ones about this size or whatever.
Yeah.
From Domino's, and I ate it and I got sick. Like I threw up.
Oof.
Yeah. But I could get like what's considered a large pizza from Pizza Hut, or I could eat like 3 pizzones because you know I'm a fat boy now.
I know you're a pizzone guy.
Oh yeah, I love the. You know what? And I know it's just like the terrible version of like what a calzone is, but I love it. I don't know why. It's just so good. I could eat 3 of those and be perfectly fine. I'll feel great.
You know what?
You know?
What it is? What it is again? It's like that Qdoba Chipotle comparison, except different because Chipotle is still good. It's just cowardly. Pizza Hut is better than Domino's, not just because they taste better, but because they're also willing to do the stupid experiments. Do you remember when they had those mozzarella sticks that were just giant Cheez-Its?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There aren't any Pizza Huts near me, so this is news to me.
Look,
Listen, it was Tino. It was dumb, but they still took the risk.
Pizza Hut is so like kind of gone now. Natalie and I had to plan a special trip when we found one, and we had to drive over an hour to get there.
Oh gosh,
the closest
from her house.
That's kind of depressing.
Yeah, the closest one to me is a 20-minute drive.
Yeah,
nice.
The closest one to me is about 15. So yeah,
15 minutes away.
15, yeah.
They've been doing better than they had. They've been doing better than they used to. But the thing about Pizza Hut is that, fun behind the veil of business here. Pizza Hut is literally owned by the same company that owns KFC and Taco Bell.
Yeah, I knew that.
So when those companies have budget to place down new stores, they have to choose. And Pizza Hut's always a risk because Pizza Hut is a sit-down, fast casual concept. Taco Bell and KFC are always going to make you money.
Sure.
Because they're all about, hey, get your food and do what you want, man. We are not your boss. You need to hire waiters for a Pizza Hut.
Yeah, well, Pizza Hut also has the shopping mall, not shopping mall, like the outlet store, like, you know, the mini mall thing.
Yeah, the outlet store thing.
It's not like a sit down. You just go in and pick up your shit and leave.
Oh,
like
you mean the express concept? So
yeah,
funny.
The express. I've seen
They have a
those pretty.
drive-through.
The problem with
I've
the
seen
express
those pretty
concept is that their marketing cannot overcome the negative connotation of, oh, this is a neutered Pizza Hut.
Yeah, I agree with that. So I wanted to say this when Will was talking about the whole thing, but I think pizza as a chain option is a weird thing because you're not getting your food any faster, not in the general sense.
Yeah.
So there's no real incentive to going to a chain versus going to an authentic guy who throws a pizza in the oven.
Like he's got the real like oven.
Yeah, he's got the real oven and all that, and he's not doing any gimmicks. He's just making the standard pie or the pepperoni or maybe a buffalo chicken or something. But
there might be a gimmick in how Fratelli's does the wagon wheel pizza, which is like one slice of that will fill you right up.
Yeah, sure, and that's fine.
Listen,
well,
I
think there's an advantage to the. I think there's an advantage to the chain, at least, in that they're gonna have more infrastructure. So like I've been able to order Domino's online, even though I know it's not the best pizza. My biggest problem with Domino's, more than anything else, is that it's overpriced. Because I could get a bigger pizza for less across the street from the Domino's at a locally owned mom and pop shop in the place where I live, and it will be better. And I'm like, well, okay. Literally the only advantage to Domino's is that I could order ahead online, but I can call ahead for the mom and pop shop. So
I'm going to kill Domino's for you right now and tell you about an app called Slice.
I imagine it does exactly what I just.
So the deal with Slice is that it's DoorDash for pizza places, but their specific selling point is pizza places get to keep more of the money.
I still prefer to call over the phone, because at this point, my local pizza place, as soon as I make a call, they can tell who it is because they recognize my voice.
So that'll happen.
Well, yeah.
The other thing too is that if your local pizza place messes up your order and you're a loyal customer, like I've had times where I've gotten my pizza messed up and I call them, I'm like, hey, my pizza's all burnt or whatever. And they, sir, we're immediately putting a replacement order in the oven, like no charge, we'll even deliver it to you, just give us your address. And then like I'll even be like, look, do you want the burnt one just to show that I'm not trying to rip you off? Like, no, you can keep it. I'm like, well, what am I going to do with a burnt pizza? Just take it anyway. But it's like, like they will...
Question to them, what are they going to do with a burnt fucking pizza?
Right, but I mean, you know what I mean.
Yeah, well, they have more to lose by losing you as a customer.
Right.
Exactly.
That's why I like them, because they will work harder if they make a mistake. Domino's, no, they'll give me a pizza covered in like the Exxon Valdez worth of grease, and then if they mess it up, it's like they don't give a crap. It's like, all right, clog your arteries, and we gave you bacon and anchovies on your pizza, and you hate anchovies, and you're a vegetarian. Yeah, go sit and spin.
They don't give a shit. They're a giant nationally owned chain.
Yeah,
why should they give
lose one customer? They'll get 10 more. They don't care.
So another thing that's interesting to me, just a slight aside. So I live in Morristown, New Jersey, which is a place that is full of many, many, many small Italian and small pizza places. And a pizza from the Godfather of Morristown will taste different from a pizza from Maggiano's. Pizza Hut and Domino's have a model that is by design. One of the things they bank on is this idea of consistency, in that a pizza that you order in Pennsylvania has to taste the same as a pizza that you order in Illinois.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
I was going to say that's
how chains work.
Yeah, I was going to say that's one of the other advantages of a chain.
I'll be right back.
If you know what it tastes like, then you'll be. Goodbye.
Sure. Musical chairs.
Sorry about that. Did I fuck up your recording, Tino?
If this was enough to sink me, I would not be a very good podcast producer, now would I?
Fair enough. I'm sorry, but everyone's audio went dead, so...
Dave, think about what I do for a living.
You know what? That is fair.
Yes, you know what, Dave? This absolutely ruins the podcast. It's basically this podcast episode is now like the Exxon Valdez.
Yeah,
it's the second Exxon Valdez reference I made in 5 minutes.
Anyway, I think we should move on to the next least favorite, or else we're going to talk about pizza forever.
All right,
who's up?
Wait, Subway as well.
I'll save you because that's my least favorite.
Yeah, so I'll let you jump onto this, but let me just get this out real quick. The only reason why I ever went to Subway was back in 2011 when I was playing Pokemon Black and White version.
God, the promotion.
Yeah, and I used the promotion, so I signed onto the Wi-Fi at Subway, and I got like the promotional items for Pokemon White version while at Subway. And then I was like, all right, well, I'm here. I might as well get some sandwiches. And God, they do not taste great. They are garbage.
Subway. So I'm going to say this in that when Quiznos was alive, I loved Quiznos. Was it good? Was it good? No, it's not a great sandwich. A deli could do better. But Quiznos was creative. They knew how to make good hot sandwiches. They knew how to make shit that was tasty. Subway doesn't taste good. Everything they do lacks flavor. Their bread tastes bland. Their chicken tastes bland. Their various different meats don't pop the way that certain flavors should pop. Subway is just disappointment in a form of a sandwich.
Subway's food tastes like they pay to take the flavor out of all their ingredients.
And like that's the thing. It's not even that it's active. How do I put this? It would be one thing if it tasted foul, because that's an actual taste. It just tastes boring.
I mean, I'm gonna disagree a little bit, but I think that's also just because I've been eating Subway since I was a little kid, and like I don't know, it never bothered me, and I was like, okay, yeah, this is fine. But I'm also easily pleased.
Next time you're in my neck of the woods, Tino, I'm taking you to a deli.
Tino.
Oh no!
I don't think that's the problem. The problem is that it's the nostalgia factor for you.
Well, it's. I don't think it's even a nostalgia factor. It's just the fact that like, if food doesn't taste absolutely horrible, I'll be like, yeah, this is fine. Like I have a very low bar to clear when it comes to whether I like food or not. Honestly.
Okay. Have you ever ordered a buffalo chicken sandwich from Subway?
No. I usually get there
and check back in with us.
Okay.
Ooh, check back in next time. Ooh,
that is a gauntlet.
We're giving you homework for the podcast.
I'm terrified of what this might do to my.
The challenge has been set.
Oh no. But
man,
you got to understand something about me. Like when I was going to school, everybody else complained about the cafeteria food, and I would just keep eating it, and be like, I don't see what the problem is. This is fine. So
you have either iron taste buds or an iron stomach or both.
No,
I just have an unsophisticated palate. That's what it is.
No, I totally get what Tina was saying. I kind of feel the same way. My bar is pretty low when it comes to, whether I find food satisfactory or not. It will something be.
I'll be right back. I'm
terrible?
still listening.
Sure. I've eaten plenty of terrible things, but I'm not gonna go out and say this was a horrible experience. If it was something edible, I'll be like, all right, that was fine. And I'm not gonna like complain on the internet about it. You know what I mean? Like, I get what you're saying, Tina.
I mean, we've complained on the internet about other things, so why would this be any different?
Exactly.
Well, I think food is a different thing for me. Also, I wanna give a short story. When I was growing up as a kid, my mom couldn't cook. Her cooking was absolutely atrocious. And now that I'm older, and she's telling me things like, I think Subway is really good. She's told me this. She said, I think Subway is great. And I'm like, this explains everything that, I've been thinking about for years growing up eating, well done steak and really rubbery, pork chops. You know what I mean?
Oh my God.
So I have a hypothesis about this. I think that different people might perceive the same foods differently. Like everybody's detecting the same chemicals, but it's creating like different tastes or maybe different sensations.
There's already proof of that. Did you know there's a So hey,
it's like cilantro,
Yeah, the cilantro. What's your opinion on cilantro?
The thing.
If I've ever had cilantro,
tastes like soap to me.
If I've ever had cilantro, I've never noticed.
Same.
I don't know.
You would know. Trust me.
Okay, well then I guess it must not taste like soap to me because I think I've had it at some point. But like certain people can't handle the taste of cucumbers because they're too spicy, and I'm like, this is like 98%
water.
Yeah.
Well,
I can.
Well, here's the
thing.
thing.
The smell of
apparently
cucumbers does not suggest spice.
Well, here's the thing. these people who are sensitive to cucumbers are like their taste buds are picking up on something that ours aren't. That's what I'm saying, because there's a chemical in there that most people, it's like they don't even notice, but other people might be more sensitive to it. So I think, you know, like the people who like well-done steaks and the people who like Subway and the people who like, you know, all this stuff that other people are like, ugh, why do you like that? I think it genuinely is a I don't want to say abnormal, but atypical taste perception.
You know, how weird would it be if, like, the people who could taste, like, the spice in cucumbers, like, that was actually, like, a superpower where it's like, yeah, you could taste spice in cucumbers, but you could also smell, like, you know, like, nuclear radiation from, like, 500 miles away.
Hey, Will, have you ever heard of a disorder called synesthesia?
Ooh.
I have not.
Synesthesia is people who perceive things from one sense with a different sense. These are people who see audio, can smell visual inputs. Like colors will have a certain scent to them.
Yeah.
And these people can perceive things that are either overlooked or imperceptible to other people.
So wait a minute, you're saying, hold on, let me see if I could find something I could use. You're saying they could look at, like, this box here and say, oh, I smell the blue on this box.
Yeah. Or even better, dude, I hear the blue on that box.
Ugh.
Well, think about it this way.
Is the most common.
Think about it this way.
With all the colors of the wind.
Think about it this way. We have all tasted and smelled the pink of Pepto-Bismol.
Ah, yes. Absolutely.
True.
All right, you know what? I kind of see that now.
Fair.
Yeah,
that's fair.
All right.
Okay, so I'll close
back
out.
to we'll have to get back to people's least favorite fast foods.
Yeah, and I want to close out my my mom being a terrible cook with my dad thinking that the food is also good and also thinks Subway is good. So two people that both know each other and married each other that also have terrible taste in food. I don't know. Seems kind of sus.
I want to say true love found a way, and that was obviously through terrible cuisine with your parents.
I guess so. All right, so Tina, what's your least favorite?
My least favorite is kind of a tie. Checkers is one of my least favorite, and it has nothing to do with the food, actually. It has nothing to do with the food. It's because every Checkers I've ever been in, I always think I'm about to get shot. Even the ones out in the suburbs.
Because we're all in low-income areas. Because all the food is really cheap.
No.
Well, you know, my first...
I've been in Checkers that are in, like, almost suburban, like, area, like, real safe, nice neighborhoods. You walk in there and it's like...
I'm not saying... I mean, that sounds like an anomaly to me. Because every single Checkers that I've seen have always been in a low-income area. But I'm saying that's probably their primary demographic when it comes to choosing location.
Oh yeah, it certainly is.
Well, no, but Will has a point because I encountered a Checkers out in, you know, a suburban area, and I still felt like I was about to get shot. I mean, it doesn't help that you know, my first exposure to Checkers was on Broad and Girard. You know, it's like
if you look, I don't care what Checkers you go into. If you go into a Checkers, you feel like the brother-in-law in the Godfather movie where you know, like, oh, I'm gonna die, and then you end up kicking the window out of the front of the car.
It's
like, look, no, I don't want to be here.
I have a personal belief that is a feeling that Checkers cultivates so that you use their drive-thru and don't bother them in their store.
Oh yeah, because there's nowhere to sit. They only have like a couple of outdoor spots, but that's it. Like, there's just like a window when you open the door. And like,
but you know, ballistic plexiglass. That's what that is.
Yeah. I remember going into one Checkers where they had like what would have been a stool that's like bolted to the ground, but the seat wasn't there, and the metal pole that it was on. No, not only that, but the metal pole it was on was like broken, so it was like kind of jagged and sharp, like you could impale yourself on this. And I remember looking at that, and I'm like, and I go to one of the employees, and I'm like, yeah, you know, I saw this, you know, it's broken. You might want to put that in and get it fixed before someone gets hurt. And he looked at it, he goes, that ain't broke.
Yeah.
I'm just like, all right.
It is literally anti-homeless architecture turned into a restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right. All right, so what was your other one? Your pie?
So my other one was not a chain, but a specific sandwich, and that would be the Wawa burger.
Ooh.
Oh God.
Because
Oh God.
because like I love Wawa. When I keep track of how much money I spend, way too much of it goes to Wawa, and that's partially because there's one right down the street from my house. I love Wawa, but their burgers, they don't know how to do it. Because I tried their burger, and granted, it was made to order, so you could get whatever you wanted on it. But I tried their burger when it first came out, and I bit into it, and I was like, I know that this was made 5 minutes ago, but it tastes like it's been left out all day. Like the bread was stale, and I knew it had just been made. I was like, okay, I know it's not stale, so something is wrong with the recipe here. They haven't figured this out yet.
They have not perfected the art. That's the thing.
And I think it's because most of their food isn't fried, because like the French fries weren't right either. But they weren't as bad, but they weren't
for sure.
So, they weren't.
So
quite
it's
right.
kind of funny because I did find out there is a good version of what's called a steamed burger out there. But you have to get this weird fucking contraption to make them, and the patties come out square. And the only
like
and one of the
engine?
things, Oh no!
And
one of the things
about the ones where they put it in the trays.
Yeah,
and they put the cheese in the tray too, and they slide it onto the fucking burger.
Yeah, and it's like
I know what you're talking about.
Like it should be disgusting, but it turns out delicious.
Yeah.
It's like
that actually sounds like it would be a great way to lock in a lot of moisture and make it juicy.
Oh, that is that's basically the argument behind it. Is
I mean it drowns in its own juice just because of the way it's made.
So Tino, just to piggyback on what you were talking about, so you might get a kick out of this. I was coming home from work the other week, and on my way home, I saw like one of the few homeless people who still hang around Reading Terminal where I go to catch my train. And I saw a woman like giving him like a bag of Wawa food, and he pulled out the burger and he said, I can't eat this shit, and he like threw it at her.
Wow.
It's like, what the hell? She just gave him food, and then I saw, it's a Wawa burger. That explains how bad this is.
Wow.
The Wawa burger. Even the starving homeless don't want it.
Yeah.
No.
Wait, I had a charity.
Tino, armchair marketing executive. The Wawa burger. Even starvation is better.
Ooh.
Boy.
Wawa burger.
But look, if I was homeless and someone gave me a Wawa burger, I'd take the burger. But I mean,
you're not homeless in Philly, Tino.
That's true.
Look, even the homeless in Philly, like you could have someone who hasn't eaten in a month. They're not going to take crap from you. So,
that's a Philly thing.
The homeless in Philly are probably tough enough. Like if you gathered them all up, they're probably tough enough to be like the civilian equivalent of the Green Berets and invade another city and just take over. Like Philly don't take no crap from anyone. Where, and again, dude was homeless, just starving in the street, would not take a Wawa burger because he thinks it's crap.
Wow.
Hey, that man had his dignity.
Yeah, no, I'm not attacking the homeless guy on that one. I'm not attacking the woman either because maybe she just didn't know and she thought, I'll get him a burger because I'm at Wawa anyway. Like, I'm not saying that, he's whatever. He probably had one and it probably made him sick.
Yeah, that's true.
But it's like,
probably.
But like, you just don't know if a lot of this stuff. So he's probably just reacting like, oh, I don't know what the hell this is. What are you giving this to me for?
Yeah.
So.
Hey.
And Steve.
Yeah.
How about you and your least favorite?
My least favorite.
Domino's, right?
No. So this might be a hot take, but I think the original chicken sandwich from Burger King is absolutely disgusting.
You're right.
Yeah.
It's gross, and there's a little story with this. So, do you remember in the sack they I don't know, I guess they still had Burger King, right?
They had it for a little while, and I think they got rid of it.
Yeah. They replaced it with what did they replace it with?
I forget.
It was like a bagel place, I think.
Oh no, the bagel place was next door.
They got rid of the Taco Bell and they put a bagel place in there. right?
Yeah, that was.
And honestly,
The Taco Bell
that.
must have been before I was there because I don't remember
yeah,
anything.
no.
Yeah,
about
it
So
was
I
only-
think is
I think it
I
was
like.
only
So the
there
thing
for
is,
a
I
year.
like the bagel place because it had decent breakfast.
Yeah, Bagel Place was pretty good.
Yeah, I had the Taco Bell in my freshman year, and this was like when I was still kind of like in my like I eat well done steak kind of like taste buds. So like I was starting to eat Taco Bell, and I'm like, I don't know, this tastes kind of weird. But I started to like really like it, as the time went on. But yeah, so I used to eat Burger King fairly often because I had the meal plan, and I would get it for like lunch or whatever. And
Yeah.
the one that was always readily available was the chicken sandwich, so it was easy to just grab it and get out of there. And I don't know, I only had it a few times, and every time was just like really gut wrenching because the lettuce is like that shitty shredded Taco Bell lettuce,
Almost like
really
slimy.
awful.
Oh, it
Yeah,
is a-
slimy. Yeah, and the mayo
It-
was kind of was a little off. And
It's like in order.
Every time
order
there's
to
a
keep the
bacteria, every time there's a bacteria scare, it's always the lettuce. Have you ever noticed
yeah.
that?
Well, you know
Yeah.
what? It's because companies, in trying to keep the lettuce moist, will let the slugs run free over the leaves.
that makes me feel real good. Thanks, Will. Thanks. I'm never eating Taco Bell again. I always tell them to take the lettuce off because it's so gross. I hate
Yeah.
the Taco Bell lettuce. It's so
So, yeah,
awful.
listen, Taco
No,
Bell
I'm
is
talking about the
good.
Burger King
Taco
lettuce.
Bell is the best thing in the world at 4 a.m. when you're fucking wasted.
That's how
the-
I got my PS4.
Yeah, but we don't. Yeah, but with the pandemic, they're not open till 4 a.m. anymore. They open it. They close at like 6 p.m. because it's not profitable anymore after that.
They're still going strong in my area.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
starting
same.
to
They
open
go
up
till
again.
like
But
1
like,
in the morning.
I remember when the pandemic started, they like really cut the hours like really bad.
Oh yeah.
There was a point where, they got rid of breakfast at the Taco Bell near me. They used to have it, now they don't. It's just gone now, which makes me sad because I love their breakfast. I love the Crunch Wrap. Ooh, so good.
I think the thing I love most about Taco Bell is at one time we all went bowling, and me, Tino, and Natalie all ordered Taco Bell. And we looked at you and Flora was still ordering, and she had ordered like $28 worth of Taco Bell all
Yeah,
for herself.
and I didn't even order yet.
And
She
I'm-
was
I'm
already at
looking
$28.
I'm looking at Steve, and I'm like, "What did you get?" He's like, "I haven't even touched the screen yet."
Yeah, I'm like, I haven't ordered yet. We're about to get
Oh my
$50
gosh.
worth of Taco Bell. This is like a big score night for them.
Oh, I remember that.
Then we just go back to my house.
I was looking at the menu. I'm like, Flora, what did you order? She's like,
Flora's
I got
so much-
burritos, I got quesadillas.
She got like 11 tacos.
Flora is so much fun when she's drunk.
Yeah, she
That was a
is.
bit funny because that was where she was like kind of doing like the dance in the bowling lane to get the ball to not go in the gutter.
Oh yeah. She was going like,
Yeah, it was great. I love
Oh
it.
my god.
That was contagious. By the end of the night, I started doing it.
I was
Oh,
too.
yeah.
It was so much fun.
But
Oh, yeah.
Steve, why
Yeah.
would you if you had a meal plan, why would you continually keep going to Burger King when the Charleston Market was literally on the other side of the hallway?
Because Charleston Market wasn't that great.
Really?
Yeah.
Charleston
No.
Market was okay.
That was my single favorite thing in the sack. Maybe it's
No.
just because like most of my
mean-
family's from the South and it's like Southern comfort food, but I don't know.
I mean-
I liked it.
I think it was more of a convenience thing for me because Burger King was one of those where you could just like grab the sandwich. Like you didn't have to wait for it. They just had it
Yeah.
like, ready to go.
Okay,
and you could
yeah.
just grab
Yeah.
it. So it was more like I didn't feel like waiting. I'm just gonna grab it and then get out of here.
Right. They put
Yeah.
the
very
fast in
much
fast
the
food.
very much the rest what I like to call the highway rest stop model, which is
Yeah.
Grab and
I
go.
like that. Yeah. Actually, funny thing. Do you guys know about the like Korean fried chicken place barbecue? It's called BBQ.
I've heard the name, I have not heard anything about it.
Is
Yeah,
that a chain?
Yeah, it is. It's a Korean fried chicken place. It's called BBQ. It's like their menu's pretty small. It's mostly just you can get bone-in fried chicken, unsauced or with like a spicy sauce or like a sweet kind of soy garlic sauce, etc., etc. But mainly around here, and we have one near us. You have to actually order it and wait. But in New York City, they have that like rest stop model where you can literally just like grab it and get out of there. Pretty cool. 'Cause I was-
That's
Interesting.
because it's New York City. There's probably no space for anybody to sit down.
Yeah, well, pretty much. Yeah.
Well,
I was in New York
there
City
used
last
to
weekend.
not be, but these days, it's actually kind of interesting. Manhattan, because of the pandemic and because a lot of office buildings have changed, a lot of offices have changed their model. Manhattan's becoming kind of residential again.
Yeah.
Which is
So there's going to be even more people downtown.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
and
but-
they'll actually live there.
Yeah, so that's cool. It'll be, well, I wonder, I guess the traffic will be a little bit better. 'Cause you can
Slightly.
just live in the city and work in the city.
Now the traffic's
driving
always going
in.
to be shit because there's still. Okay,
New Jersey
so
commute.
Oh, you know what? Oh,
yeah,
you know
and
what?
like all those people are going to have to order stuff that will then have to get to them.
Yeah,
funny
so,
story.
my-
Funny story. I now work for a company that is 90% remote, but some asshole has to be in the office to do shit.
Yeah. So I visited a friend in Long Island over the weekend, and I had to go over the GWB.
Oh.
God.
Wait. You went over the GWB?
Huh?
Sorry, no, I'm thinking. Long Island. You're right. Yeah. You were in my
Well,
neck of the woods, and I'm sorry.
He lived in Great Neck, so it made
Ah,
more sense to go
yeah.
over the GWB than the tunnel.
Sorry, I was like, yeah, no, because the GW, I personally don't find the GWB to be terrible, but that's because my point of comparison is the Verrazano
That makes sense.
and Staten Island.
They closed one of the lanes, which made for like an
Oh.
entire hour of traffic.
Oh yeah, no, any
Remind
lane
me-
closures, it's going to be hell no matter where you are.
Yeah.
Remind me,
Yeah.
which one is the GWB?
So
That's the
there's
one with the top layer and the lower.
The
left
worst
layer.
one.
Yeah,
well,
so-
like is that the one that goes through like the northern part of Manhattan,
Okay.
or is
yes,
it or is
so
it going
the,
across
so
the
the
bay?
GWB.
Okay, so I
Yeah.
have taken that one. I was
Yeah,
trying
the
to remember.
GWB goes to the northern part of Manhattan and ends up in Washington Heights. The
Yeah,
the
okay, yes, I have
tunnels-
taken that one.
Yeah.
Now I know what you're talking about. I
Yeah,
I
so-
didn't know if it went across the bay or not.
Yeah,
Okay.
you take it to go to like Connecticut and stuff, and
Yeah.
further. up.
Yeah, I
The
took
Lincoln
it to
tu-
get
yeah.
to the UN, but yeah.
Yeah, the Lincoln
But for
Tunnel
Tino
goes
and
to
Dave-
Midtown. The Holland Tunnel goes to downtown.
Yep.
But for Tino and Dave, because you guys are filmmakers and I think you might get a kick out of this, the George Washington Bridge is the one where if you watch the Italian movie Zombie, which was like the unofficial sequel to Dawn of the Dead, that's the bridge at the end of the movie that as the zombies are walking over and like basically overrunning Manhattan, like you just see traffic going at full blast because it's like at 5 p.m. Like, they didn't get the
Get out of the way,
permit to-
zombies! I'm going home.
They couldn't even- they could-
like they didn't get the permit to shut down the bridge, so the zombies are just on the top part of the bridge walking, and underneath them you just see traffic flying right by. Like no sign of a zombie outbreak down there.
Hey, yo, fuck you, undead. I'll see you tomorrow at 9.
They couldn't be bothered to get like a freeze frame and just matte paint out the cars.
No.
No.
That probably would have required a budget.
Yeah. I'll be
So-
right back again, guys. Headphones are being weird.
Okay. So as a piggyback on both the fast food, the trashy fast food thing, and from something from last episode, I'm gonna take 15 seconds and wrap this topic up quick. Speaking of trash, the PS5 has been confirmed to have the same C-bomb issue as the PS3 and the PS4.
Oh,
That's all
no.
I wanted to say. Nope, we're done. I'm dropping it. I want to get the word out. If you want to get a console, do it at your own risk. I have warned the public.
Let's get a PC. Quit being a pussy. Build it. Well, don't build it now because you can't get a video card. But build
Yeah,
a PC.
Damn you, crypto miners.
I got my PC up and running. That's all I care about.
Well,
Yeah, I
no.
rebuilt
You
mine.
can get a video card. You're just going to be a couple years behind. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
or you pay like $1,500.
So the sad thing is I'm still going to get a PS5 at some point. Maybe not for like 6 goddamn years, but at some point.
I will.
by
fix
the time
two
the
issues.
PS6 comes out,
Yeah.
Probably.
because that's how I buy consoles. Once the next one comes out, I'm like, all right, time to get the previous one.
I'll wait for the remodel.
By the way, I do want to say that at the height of vaccine rarity, it was easier to get a goddamn COVID-19 vaccine appointment than it was to get a PS5.
Oh yeah.
That is triple. That
because
is
PS5
quadruply. That is quadruply true now. That vaccines are just fucking everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, you
That's
can just walk
because-
in anywhere and be like, I want to go. I want to walk into a clinic and be like, "Yo, can you top me off? I'm feeling a little less Pfizer here. I feel like I need a boost."
Yeah, I'm feeling a tickle in my throat. Can you, fill me up, my dude?
Yeah, put it in my butt.
Whoa.
Moderna gang.
Hang on. We're not China here.
Hey, Moderna gang for life. Anyway.
All right, so
Actually, in some of the like Asian countries, they only have access to the Chinese vaccine.
Ooh.
Oh, God.
Sinovac,
I would rather get sick. I don't trust the Chinese vaccine.
Yeah, I know. I was like, dude, you're literally getting a vaccine from a country that is known to cut corners and make kids do things. It's like, why would you ever take that?
Oh no, I got a better reason.
You know
Why
what I
would you
mean?
want a vaccine that you know is tested on people who were not willing?
yeah.
I mean, I guess, but China lies about fucking everything. They're going to be like, yeah, it's 90% effective when it's really like 35.
So
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
So actually, I believe it's funny. I believe the stats, I don't know if these are true, are 70 to 80%. Like even the shit vaccine that we have, the shit in big quotes, which would be the J&J, is still over 90. I think.
Well, it's
Yeah.
75 against severe reactions to it, but otherwise it's basically 90 to 95.
Yeah.
For like the lower shit.
Yeah, well, I mean that's
So-
the one that was done traditionally rather than manipulating your cells into creating spike proteins. So
Right.
Well, no, J&J?
J&J
Yeah,
is the traditional one. The other two are mRNA.
No,
Yeah.
Pfizer is traditional.
No.
No,
is
Pfizer and
also
Moderna are mRNA, and J&J is I guess dead virus.
Guys, if you want, I could just ask Mr. Bleep the next time I talk to him.
Fair enough.
Reference to last episode.
Yeah.
Speaking of references to last episode, guys, what number episode are we on for the podcast?
Will, we're on
Eight.
episode number Village.
Ah, that's right. What?
No,
guys?
no. Hey, hold on. Hey, Will, who am I? Oh God, my hands!
All right,
Capcom
so
really
wait,
hates Ethan's hands.
real quick, yeah. Hold on, real quick. Who in the chat? Raise your hand if you have. Who in the chat has played Resident Evil 8 yet? Okay.
I've been watching people. I haven't played it yet. In
all
my
right,
defense, I have a new job. I have not had time.
So I'm gonna say a few things. I'm gonna try to give a spoiler-free impression of this game. Steve, chime in as much as you want. Dave,
will.
Tino, ask questions. I'm
I'm still working on watching Resident Evil 2, so
Yeah, so
I got some
I'm-
catching up to do.
All right, so here's the thing. Like Dave said, they really hate Ethan's hands, and not only do they hate Ethan's hands, the hand that gets bitten very early in the game is the same hand that gets cut off by your girlfriend or wife or whatever the hell Mia is in Resident Evil 7. So that hand takes all
Right.
kinds of abuse.
So I want to point out something. The fact that he has only 8 fingers left after that shit happens is the most Kojima bullshit I have seen in a Resident Evil in a long time.
Yep.
That is some Metal Gear. Like, if Ethan was a Metal Gear villain fighting Snake, he would literally give a speech of how I only have 8 fingers.
Yeah.
Because war has left me with only 8 chances! I've nearly died 8 times, Snake, and I'm coming for you with my stupid mushroom powers.
I only have 8 fingers because turns out Umbrella Corp is filled with OSHA violations.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. I think most video games have a lot of OSHA
do you mean the
violations.
video game or the actual company?
Yes.
I think if anything, the Star Wars franchise needs a lot of OSHA.
Oh
in
yes,
their
yes.
movies.
yeah.
No
All those
railings
hands.
everywhere.
No railings whatsoever. Although I think there were some in episode 7. I think.
I wanna see a what is it? I
Wow,
wanna see-
our troop retention has gone up since we installed these railings?
You know what I would love to see? I'd love to see a little like minute-long short, like in the Star Wars universe, where there's just like janitors in different parts of the Star Wars movies, and it's like here's Luke Skywalker's hand, here's Darth Maul's like legs, You know, just finding random body parts and what they do to dispose of them.
Yeah.
I think Luke's hand actually fell from Cloud City, but yeah.
This is all right. So here, listen, cleaning the floors here on fucking Bespin. God, this place sucks. I can't even remember its name. Anyway, I found a fucking hand one day. Can you believe this shit? I found a fucking hand one day.
City in the clouds, man.
Poor Greg. He was 2 days away from retirement when just a pair of legs from a Sith Lord fell on top of him, breaking his neck.
You know, you hate to see it, man.
Yeah.
And then there's that poor bartender on Tatooine. He's like, this is the 5th arm that's been cut off this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if he keeps him in the lost and found and just like, you know. But back to Resident Evil 8. So I wanna point something out. That at the very beginning of the game, you know, you're with Mia, the bioterrorist.
Yes.
Who is only the second worst woman in all of Resident Evil, not counting Alice, of course. And, you know, she very quickly becomes snippy and gets, like, argumentative when you bring up, like, hey, it's been 3 years since that stuff happened in Louisiana with the Baker family, and we still have not talked about it.
In her, so unfortunately, I have to defend her in this case. Remember, before you picked her up, she spent the 3 years prior to that brainwashed as part of that family. I can understand her reluctance to discuss things.
Jack was also laying pipes, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, God. But no, Dave, I disagree with you, and here's why. Because for 3 years, it's not like... Because from what I'm able to pick up from this conversation, it's not like they had any kind of resolution of like, Ethan, look, I don't want to talk about it. It was very traumatic, and I want to put it behind me. It's, we're here now. Let's just live our lives now. And like, I see online people are trying to defend it as like, well, she's protecting Ethan. She's protecting Ethan from what? What is she protecting Ethan from that he didn't go through in the Baker house, where she's just going to get argumentative and scream at him like he's some emasculated, you know, church
Did you beat the game?
Not yet. And
No.
I'm not saying anything else.
I do know, hold on, I do know that around the time that she gives birth to her little half-breed bioterrorist, that Mother Miranda is already influencing her. But there were 3 years where Mother Miranda was not involved. There were 3 years where she had full control of herself and could have just talked about it.
I mean, I thought the beginning story was stupid and a throwaway, to be honest. It was just a segue into the new storyline, because it seemed like to me that they didn't know how to connect the stories together in a cohesive way, so they had to do what they did in the beginning of Resident Evil 8, which I thought was kind of stupid.
So as part of that, part of what happened in the beginning of Resident Evil 8, I got in trouble for applauding. Because Natalie was sitting right next to me.
Oh, no.
During the scene where Chris Redfield puts like 800 rounds of ammo into Mia. And I sat there literally going, yay! Yay! The worst character's gone! And Natalie just gave me like the death dagger eyes. I thought she was going to punch me.
What was
like
did she like Mia?
No, but she's like, you shouldn't be celebrating like a person's death. I'm like, it's not a person, it's a bioterrorist. They don't matter.
Here's the thing. You know, here's the thing. I disagree with you about her talking about a thing. But yeah, that is a point that people seem to constantly forget. It's like the reason why there's in the Resident Evil universe, an entire section of Louisiana is now uninhabitable is because of this woman.
Yeah, exactly.
She is literally she literally carried on a tradition that in prior events in the Resident Evil universe led to a city being nuked. Has killed thousands of people. She is a bioterrorist.
Millions, Dave, millions. Because
and
China.
none of these were motivated, with some very few exceptions. Like the majority of the bioterrorists before her, she was not motivated by ideology. She was motivated by greed.
Yep.
Because she literally was working for an amoral corporation, and that was
I
that.
want to also point out that Capcom seems to have figured out that they left a gaping plot hole at the end of 7, because they fixed it at the beginning of 8, where Chris realized after letting Mia and Ethan go on the helicopter, like, oh wait, she's a bioterrorist, I should have killed her. So at the beginning of 8, Chris comes in and just like literally lights your wife up. Like, I'm surprised he didn't design Chris where he had like 20 arms, he's just carrying like all kinds of Uzis. The amount of bullets he put in her is just insane.
There's some throwaway lines if you explored the house that I find interesting to justify the fact that Ethan can use all of these
military training.
Yeah, that Chris provided him.
Yeah, which like it's like, all right, well, I guess that's his excuse for not being so
So I want to point out that before gunning Mia down, Chris had regular contact with that family.
Yeah.
Like, that family was known to the BSAA and was connected to them before Chris shows up one evening and guns down a dude's house. Now, mind you, I know how the game ends, so I know all the context. Because, yeah, the game establishes the context.
But here's the thing.
But I'm not going to state why.
And this is where I'm just going to end this part of the discussion. So I was happy with that scene because it's like, yeah, she got what she deserved there. I know she's going to be brought back to life because, yay.
Ethan didn't seem too broken up about it either. He's like, why, Chris? And he's like, yeah, cause fuck you, man.
Chris is like, oh, because I have this. And then he did the whole Barry Burton post. It's like, I wanted to try out my new gun. It's really powerful, especially against living things.
Yeah, gee.
But the other thing too is that, so Ethan in this game is kind of weird. I like that they tried to give him more emotion and character depth than he had in 7.
Yeah.
But it comes off as wooden as the acting in the Star Wars prequels. Like, it's almost like if Ethan was a real person, right? Mm-hmm. And he stopped getting invited to parties. And his friends went up to him and said, dude, the reason why you're not getting invited to parties is because, like, people think you're emotionless, you have no reaction to stuff. Tell you what, we'll get you invited to the next party, work on having emotion. And it's like, so then Ethan goes to the new party, which is RE8, and he doesn't seem to react that badly to his wife getting killed in front of him, but he reacts even worse when he runs into some random village girl in Europe who looks like Eastern European Claire Redfield, by the way, and sounds like she's from Hoboken, New Jersey.
Yeah.
And she just happens to fall
I noticed that too.
Like literally, like 5 minutes after meeting this random village girl and her dad who almost killed him, he's more upset about her death, and he sounds like he's almost crying compared to when Mia dies. My guess is because Ethan wanted out of that loveless marriage, and he just didn't have the bravery to, go and get a lawyer to start divorce proceedings.
He didn't have the stones.
Literally, so I played this game with Ray the day it came out, and then I started my own Let's Play of it last night. And I titled part 1 of my Let's Play, Mia, I Want a Divorce. All to the scene of her getting lit up. But I don't want to just talk about them. I want to talk about this game. Resident Evil 8 has done everything that Resident Evil 7 should have done, and it's done it way better.
Oh yeah,
I agree with
from
you.
What I have seen, it is a natural evolution of everything they tried to establish in Resident Evil 7.
So I'm going to talk about a lot of game mechanics stuff real quick, and then I'm going to get into things that I like about the character designs. First off, I mentioned last time that I loved the weapons in Resident Evil 7. I thought they were a good mixture of weapons. You had options. You could make good use of them. 8 is definitely the next logical progression. It's like if the weapon system from like 4 and 5 was mixed with the weapon system from 7. And I like that a lot. I really love it. The upgrades feel great. Interacting with the Duke is fun. There's a very nice, there's several nice quality of life improvements in this game. Like, if you have the knife in your inventory, but you don't have it equipped to one of your 4 directional pad slots, and you walk up to a breakable box, you could just hit X. You don't have to switch and get your knife out. You
Yeah,
can just hit
that's
X
nice.
and you automatically break the box, and I like that a lot.
I love that. That's great.
Another thing I love is chem fluid and herbs and other things that you mix together to make real items go in their own separate inventory. They don't take up your main inventory.
Oh, wow. That is
And I
interesting.
really love that. They separate key items from treasure.
Yep.
And the treasure will tell you if it can be combined with something.
Yep.
So
This
you don't run
sounds
the
like
risk-
a quality of life bonanza.
Yeah, they really
Yeah.
take a lot of steps to give you things that you need to make this game where if this is your first Resident Evil or like you've played them all before this, you're going to enjoy what we're giving you. It's like they took all the best features from 4, 5, 7, and both remakes, and they combined them.
Yeah, I think the crafting system is simplistic enough to for the casual new player, but also is diverse enough where the people that have been playing the franchise for many years can look at this and make a decision, because they all kind of work together in a way.
Mhm.
Not all of them, but like chem fluid, it can be used to make herbs, or it can be used to make ammo
Yep.
and stuff like that. So I like that there's a choice, that like you stare at your crafting ingredients and you're like, what do I really need at this present moment?
Mhm.
I like that choice that you can make on the fly. That's a really nice touch. I think that satisfies both ends of the spectrum.
Oh yeah. I also like, and I'm gonna pull up a few things that I think are just relevant. I like what is it? Oh god, why am I forgetting this feature that I really enjoyed as well? Basically, there's a ton of features in this game that are just amazing, and it's hard for me to remember them all. I hit the major ones, but there was like a minor one that I really liked as well.
I'm a big fan of the Duke. I know you kind of brought him up, but
Yeah,
I think the Duke is awesome.
Yeah, the Duke is great. And one of the best things about the Duke is he, one, gives you like a perfect reason to have like a weapon shop. This is the thing I wanted to bring up. You can buy ammo,
Yeah.
Ooh.
which
I mean, that's great.
Now it's expensive as hell because it's $1,000 for one shotgun shell. Not a box of them, but one.
Yeah.
But I like the fact that it's in there. Like, if you're that desperate and you really need the ammo, you can do it.
Because
I like the fact-
and to explain to Tino, because it's a survival horror game, ammo is supposed to be rare, and resource management is part of the gameplay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right,
You
It's-
shouldn't be blowing all your shotgun ammo. You really shouldn't. And
Yeah.
that's why it's 1,000.
Your shotgun
for
is
one
an
ammo.
oh shit, I'm fucked weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also want to point out that I like one of the things they kept in this game and they didn't get rid of, which is they when you upgrade your weapon, if you wait until your weapon is empty and then you upgrade its ammo capacity, it's a free reload.
Ooh.
But I like that they have that. It's
But
not
they,
just
they did that in old Resident Evils too. That was
Yeah.
kind of a nice touch.
Yeah. I like that they brought that back. I also like how if your weapon is empty, let's say it's the rifle, and you find the extended magazine for the rifle, that's also a free reload. It fully reloads your weapon. And here's the other thing. It's not like, well, which do I do first? Because will I have more capacity in the rifle if I upgrade it, then insert the magazine? Or if I insert the magazine, then upgrade? No, it's a solid upgrade, so it doesn't matter what order you do it in. You'll have the same capacity either way, which I really like. There's one thing I was slightly disappointed in, but it's a personal thing, and I don't really think it's going to make a difference to anyone who plays the game. I saw in the trailer what I thought was you getting a lever action rifle, which I would have loved. You don't get it. I'm disappointed, but I like the weapon options that are in the game as is. They give you more than enough to play with. So that minor complaint doesn't really ruin the game to any extent, even a minor one to me. When I started playing this game, Ray and I had a slight little discussion, and I'm gonna, Tino, I don't know if you want to like use any clips from this video. If you do, you have my full permission because I'm the owner of this channel. But Ray and I start the discussion in this video. I'm posting it in the general, saying, we're men. We're big brave men. We've been playing Resident Evil for a while. We're gonna play on hardcore.
Oh no!
I got
That's a bad idea.
I got to the first werewolf, and I used all 20 of my handgun bullets fighting him. But I beat him. Then I picked up 10 more handgun rounds. Then I had to fight 4 werewolves. I might have killed 2. And then I died while using the knife. At which point I decided to switch over to Weenie Hut Junior difficulty and go on casual.
Yep.
Wow.
That's what I started casual right from the beginning because I'm like, I'm not good at video games anymore. So I had to play on the big pussy difficulty.
Yeah, it's oh boy, that game will rip you apart on hardcore.
So I want to segue into something here. So I've heard an interesting way that the game design has been described, and unfortunately I'm forced to agree with it. People use the Dark Souls comparison and say it's overused, and they use it for everything that they perceive a slight bit of difficulty on.
Right.
However, the structure of Resident Evil 8 of Village. Will, tell me if this is true.
Okay.
You have a hub area from which you must journey out into various different areas, defeat their bosses to gain access to the final place, and you're literally given a giant cup to fill.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the Dark Souls, which is interesting to me.
So I want to point out something about the hub world real fast, and then this is going to lead into a discussion about some of the characters you meet in this game. Capcom did the most clever marketing around this game because they made you think that the main bad was Lady Dimitrescu. Not Dimitrescu, it's Lady Dimitrescu.
Oh yeah, because the game takes place literally in Romania.
Yeah. So the fact that she is just one of 4 lords was surprising. I'm disappointed that she's the first one. I would have preferred.
Well, she doesn't have to be the first one, from what I understand.
Yes, she does.
Oh, she's the tutorial?
She's the first one you have to go through. The village is a tutorial.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
I hate that she's the first one. I wish that she was either saved for last or that you could fight them in any order. Because I feel like saving her for last would be the best way to play the game, because her castle is a pretty long segment of the game. But I'm gonna segue into the bosses a bit, because that's also gonna segue into a discussion about horror, which I think is important for this game. So the boss designs in this game, I am absolutely in love with.
I had a thought.
Yes.
So Lady Dimitrescu. I almost want to change the voice acting on the game because I can't stand her voice actor.
No.
And I think it's because for 2 reasons. One, I feel like I've heard her voice before in a not as sexual context, so it turns me off to her. And 2, I feel like she's trying to play a generic bad antagonist in a high school play.
I disagree. So here's the thing. I really love Lady Dimitrescu's design.
I bet you do, bro.
No, not even sexually. I think she has the most interesting design of all the villains. She's like freakishly tall. The Duke even comments on her waistline in reference to her beauty. The whole aesthetic of her castle, the information you find out about how her daughters were made, and yes, made, not born, made. Everything about this game is just, at least for her section, is creepy. But one of the reasons why I really like her design is and I guess I'll intermix these 2 categories. In reference to horror, Resident Evil 8 has it in spades. Way more than 7 did. 7 was not a scary game, except
I
for
hear that Resident Evil 8 has like Silent Hill levels of bullshit.
Yeah, I'm getting to that. Let me walk you through.
We lost your audio.
You'll love this.
There's no.
Oh, I lost everyone's
didn't.
audio. I'm coming back. I'll be back.
Right.
Sorry,
so,
Kino.
Here's here's
I played the game on PC and I used headphones. The game is absolutely terrifying.
Yeah. So here's what I'm gonna say. Lady Dimitrescu, and the reason why I love her design is because she harkens, at least to me, she harkens back to like those classic movie monster sets, like the 1930s and 40s Dracula and the Wolfman and all those stuff. She
Attack of the
like
50-foot woman.
Yeah, maybe that's part of the inspiration. But I like her design. I like that she's a reference to classic monster horror. Like, not like where it's a deformed beast or something, but like monsters.
You mean like Hammer horror style movies?
Yes. Dracula did not look like a monster until the fangs were out, just like with her.
So it's funny that you bring that up, because from what I know about the bosses here, everyone is a different Hammer horror monster, including my personal favorite, the fact that there's one who's just the creature from the Black Lagoon.
Yes and no. Each boss represents a different category of horror.
I want to say that I don't have a problem with her design. I just don't like her voice.
No, and that's fine. But I think her voice adds to her design. You know, everything about it.
I appreciate her design and what they were trying to do with her as a character. I'm totally on board with that. I just, I don't know, something about her voice kind of irks me. I might switch.
I could kind of see that, but anyway, so she is like classic Hammer horror in terms of horror, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's her flavor of horror. Then I just want to make sure I'm I think it's Daniela. Hold on, I want to look up the name of the.
What?
Who's the second one you go to? Daniela Beneviento?
I think so. Hold on.
Okay, so here's the thing. Daniela Benevento. That's who it was. Or no, Donna Benevento. Okay. Sorry, I was getting the name wrong. Donna Benevento is the second lord that you encounter in this game. You never really spend time interacting with her. Unlike Lady Dimitrescu, who you interact with and have cutscenes with, and she'll stalk you through the halls, you only see Donna Benevento twice. One is at the beginning when you see all four lords with Mother Miranda, and the second time is after you kill her.
Mm.
The reason why you don't see her is
After
because
you kill her, not while you kill her?
Yes.
Mm.
So here's the thing. When you go to her house, there's no monsters running around. There's no traps in place. There's no three creepy daughters trying to like drink your blood or anything. You get down to the basement and there's a little doll holding a key item that you need in the game. And then the lights go out and then they come back on. And there's a life-size wooden mannequin of your wife on the table. And all your weapons are gone.
Silent Hill!
Yeah. So here's the thing.
Is there a dog in a control room that's manipulating everything?
Possibly. So here's my theory. You enter a Silent Hill-esque verse.
Hey, Will, was there a blue tint to everything?
In the house?
Yeah.
There might have been at some point. I don't remember.
Because I'll come back to it, because there's a theme I've noticed about Village and everything that people talk about.
So here's the thing, though. At the beginning of the game, very beginning, like after the stuff with Mia, after Chris shoots your wife, you enter a house while there's no hint of the sun coming up. It's like dead of night, right? You're in this house for no more than like 2 minutes. When you come up from the house, the sun's up. Like Silent Hill level time skipping there. When you go in this house, you start having these like weird hallucinations, like the doll can move. There's guts on the floor where there previously weren't before. There's a giant monster baby. I'm gonna post something in
So you run into 3 from Drakengard 3.
A little bit, Tino. A lot of 3 comes from Silent Hill.
So, this is a video clip. It's less than a minute long. If you just look at the thumbnail, that's the baby monster that you deal with. And this thing legitimately made me scream when it first jumped out at me.
I would have loved to have seen that.
Oh, Ray saw it. Aiden saw it. Literally, Neris had to yell at us because we almost woke up her baby.
Jeez.
But this thing was frightening as all hell. And you have to know how to escape this thing, otherwise it will get you. And trust me, there's like the first time, it's like, okay, I got away from you, it's fine. The second time, it's like, oh god, this is getting tense. And the third time, you're really hoping that you can escape this thing. I'm not going to spoil why you don't see Donna Benevento more than twice. The 2 times being when you see her at the meeting of the Lords and when after you've killed her. But that's something that shy. When you but when you get there, it's almost weird. Like, for as much attention and information as you got about Lady Dimitrescu in all the media and the hype up for this game, Donna Benevento makes more of a statement by barely being there and letting her particular set of powers do her talking for her.
So this is the thing I want to bring up. 2 things, actually. 1, I love the aesthetic of this game, because this is as close to outright magic bullshit as Resident Evil has ever gotten to Devil May Cry. And which is funny because Devil May Cry started off as one of the versions of Resident Evil 4. But then you find files, it's like, oh, this is the science bullshit between how they did all the magic shit. So, that being said, everything I've seen and heard, it sounds like, hey, Will, how many Resident Evil 4s were there before we got the one that we got?
Like 3 or 4?
Sounds a lot of ideas left on the table, right? Some ended up in Devil May Cry, some ended up in other games.
Some ended up in RE8.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at.
A
lot ended up in RE8.
Yeah. So here's something else. You know what else ended up in RE8? The Third Lord, Moreau, the Lovecraftian horror reference. So if Lady Dimitrescu was a reference to Hammer horror, and Donna Benevento was a reference to Silent Hill psychological horror, Lord Moreau is a reference to Lovecraftian horror and body horror, because he looks like a freak of nature. And at one point, you're in a village that was underwater and flooded, and you drain the water out of it, and you walk around what I swear to God is a town that comes right out of one of the books of H.P. Lovecraft. There's slime everywhere. There are weird things. It's like, oh my God, it's so creepy. And the
Remind
way
me, Will, you and I have to sit and play Bloodborne at some point.
Oh, we shall. And it is just, I love it. It's a very well-designed area. It might be my least favorite area of the game, but that would also be like me saying, like, if I had to rate it compared to the other Lord's areas, it's a 9 out of 10 for me. And then we get to the 4th Lord, Heisenberg. Or should I say non-Russian Nikolai from Resident Evil 3 Remake.
Does this guy have blue meth? Is that what he fights you with?
No, so what happens
but his area is a factory.
So, hold on. Because when I first heard this guy speak, he sounded very familiar. And I looked up his voice actor, and his voice actor, Heisenberg's voice actor, is the same voice actor who voiced Nikolai in last year's Resident Evil 3 Remake. So I'm like, okay, this guy plays like crazy villains, which is great. And here's the thing.
They just got the Russian guy on the payroll.
Yeah. Here's the thing. He is a reference to psychopath horror. Like Devil's Rejects, House of a Thousand Corpses. He is what I think they wanted Jack Baker to be. Except Jack Baker just came off goofy, because where Jack Baker would just be like, I'm gonna get you. Like, Heisenberg will get right up in your face and then use his magnet powers to encase you in iron and drag you to places where you don't know where the hell you are. And he'll literally get right up in your face, talk pleasantly at first, and then scream in your face like an actual psychopath. He is what they wanted to do with Jack Baker but failed to do. And just, I love it. There's a nice cast of characters in this game, and it's worth playing just to encounter them. Dave, what were you saying?
So you say this is 4 different types of horror, and I can see that interpretation, but from what I've seen and what I've heard, it sounds more like the lineup of classic Hammer horror monsters, which I won't get into because that's some spoiler stuff. But I will say vampire for Dimitrescu is a vampire. Fish guy is a creature from the Black Lagoon. Mm-hmm. But I won't say what Donna and the other guy are to avoid spoilers.
I think you can say what Donna is at this point.
Donna's a ghost, just like a straight up J-horror style ghost.
Yeah. See, I think both interpretations work. I don't think they'd run counterintuitive to each other.
I don't think they're conflicting interpretations either.
Yeah. It's just a really well put together game that references different types of horror. I feel like this is what they wanted to do with Resident Evil 6 as well, with having different things represented, but like 6 they just didn't do it right. And 8 they did it really well. They learned from the lessons.
This feels like a game which Capcom has really gone back and not in a let's mine it for references way, but in a let's look at what we've done before, and what we've done well we can try to do better, and what we did poorly we can try to improve.
Mm-hmm. It's interesting that this game came off of Resident Evil 3 Remake, which I thought they half-assed a little bit. And maybe it's because they had a lot of the resources dedicated to Village.
Oh, that reminds me. So you know how we're getting an RE4 remake?
Yeah.
I hope
that might be half-assed too.
Are you ready to see? I hope you enjoyed all the assets that they're going to totally reuse in RE4.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I think the RE4 remake is just going to be for VR.
Is it? Is that what they said?
I heard something like, hold on one second.
I mean, I'll play it.
Even if it is going to be in VR, they're going to reuse the assets from Village.
I was hoping they were going to.
Why not?
Village be VR? Are they planning on VR for RE8 at any point?
They might be.
Because I'll fuck with that. I mean, I'll get fucking terrified, but I'll play it.
All right,
I haven't used my headset in a while.
Yeah, my question to you is: so what's the stupid name they're going to give RE9? Because Resident Evil 7 was actually Bayouhazard, and Resident Evil 8 is Village, so RE9, what name are they going to give that?
I want to say something right now.
An I and an X, so...
I want to say this right now. I'm really disappointed that Capcom didn't take the opportunity of Resident Evil 7 to title it Resident Evil 7 Bayouhazard.
I think that's too poor taste.
Nah, I think that would have been great.
For us.
Resident
Evil, not good marketing for everybody else.
Resident Evil 9, ixnay on having like any more awful characters like Mia ever again.
No, Resident Evil 9 mix, and it's just a rhythm game.
No, it should be a Dynasty Warriors kind of game.
Oh God.
Oh God, Resident Evil 9. That's like oh shit. Oh God, that would be the worst. If it was just like a Muso. Oh man.
You know what would be great?
With the zombie horde thing, I feel like it would work. Maybe not in the way that you would want, but it would work somehow.
Dante's just an unlockable character, and he just plays how he normally does.
Yeah.
Resident Evil 9, but it's like in the style of like the Final Fantasy VII remake. You run into Aya Brea at one point.
Oh man.
Oh no.
That would be great.
So unfortunately, as much as
that's
no.
But that's
you
a
run
smart
in.
game.
No, you run into generic New York detective because they don't have the rights to Aya Brea because
No,
she's a Square Enix
because in
character.
order to make Resident Evil 9 an RP, what is it, a role-playing game, they'd have to work with Square, and Square would be like, hey, can we put Aya Brea in this? So that
I disagree
last
with
game
you
isn't
because
the third-
Capcom has a rich tradition of RPGs themselves.
Oh,
I'm sorry,
I just-
dude. I know
I
I know Final Fantasy is the gold standard, but Capcom has Breath of Fire and shit under
I'm
their breath.
saying
Oh.
I don't want Aya Brea.
Yeah, how'd that franchise go?
Wow. Look, I'm saying I don't want Aya Brea's final game to be the third birthday.
Did you enjoy driving that knife into my heart, Steve?
Yeah, it did. It felt pretty nice. Because I also felt betrayed by that franchise in a big bad way.
Oh, yeah.
Damn. Okay, fair. That being said, if Paris, unfortunately, Square Enix is not Capcom. Even though Square Enix stole, for Parasite Eve 2, they stole 90% from Resident Evil.
Yeah.
Parasite Eve 2 is what if Resident Evil, but you had Final Fantasy spells.
Yeah, but I don't like Parasite Eve 2 at all.
It's not. Parasite Eve 1 as a turn-based RPG was better.
Yeah, absolutely. And the story was better. The story was much, much better. It was much better told. Characters
Didn't
were
have
much
that
better.
anime nonsense.
Yeah, I mean, the story was weird, but we
You
got
literally had a dude
mitochondria dinosaurs and stuff,
Yeah, you literally had a dude scream about the future belongs to mitochondria, the era of nuclei domination is over.
Yeah, you climb the Chrysler building and become a god. It feels really great to become a golden god,
It sells at work on crack.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It is
Really good times with that
Yeah.
game.
Yeah, remember when we had fun? Feels like a distant memory.
Yeah, I don't think we're allowed anymore. We're too old.
No, we're gonna have fun this weekend, don't worry.
That's true.
Was
Indeed.
my karaoke party nothing to you?
No, it was I had fun.
the karaoke party was great, dude, and I really
Can
appreciate
I-
it.
Karaoke party was great.
Just for the anyone who's listening, my favorite moment from karaoke party. Well, second favorite moment, because my favorite moment was just celebrating with Tina for his birthday.
My favorite part was having you guys at my house.
Aw.
Yeah.
But my second favorite moment, and the funniest moment of that day, was when Steve was sitting at the table real drunk, and I walk over and I'm drinking water because I'm like, well, I got to make sure I'm good to drive. And I look at Steve, I'm like, you drunk? He's like, yeah. I'm like, that's why you should be drinking this. And I show him the cup of water, and Flora comes over and just hears me say, you should be drinking this. And she looks down and is like, what is that? The strong stuff?
Oh, Flora.
Flora, getting back to how funny she is, Flora will not often say funny things. She doesn't try to be funny.
No.
But when she says something funny...
She doesn't try to be funny, but she ends up being funny an awful lot.
Right. Here's the thing. Because she doesn't try to be funny, she'll occasionally say something that's dropping an atom bomb of funny.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, straight up.
And it's just,
Hey, Will, is
oh
she
my God.
underage?
She does say some pretty funny stuff sometimes. When I was playing Warzone earlier today, she came down just to say hi, and I was on voice chat, and so she was like, all right, I'm leaving, bye. And then right when she was about to go upstairs, she just yelled out, are you winning yet, son? And just left. God damn it, Flora.
And this is why we're all friends with Flora, honestly.
Yeah.
Flora
She
is
keeps
great.
us entertained.
Flora is actually pretty funny. I try to be funny, but she's just unnaturally funny.
Yeah. So I think one of my favorite memories was that year that you and Flora were dressing like the Aqua Teens, and independently, we did not coordinate this. I just showed up dressed like Carl.
Oh yeah.
And Flora got mad at you and was like, did you tell him?
That was pretty good. You know what? My favorite part of the party, the karaoke party, was when Flora knocked the what is it, the crock pot lid onto the floor.
Oh.
And I was like, no, why are you doing this to a stranger's house?
I mean, look, to be fair, I've done that. My parents have done that. You know, like everybody in that house has done that. So
it's just
that crockpot has had its fair share of Ford.
But Flora's reaction was like, no.
her reaction was like she'd killed someone.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh man.
Yeah. So anyway, fuck Kingdom Hearts, right?
Fuck Kingdom Hearts.
we gotta hit the milestones, right?
Yeah.
Well,
actually, when I was walking with Flora yesterday, no, it was today. She was like, "Are you going to talk about Kingdom Hearts again?" And I was like, "I sure hope so."
No news today is good fucking news because Mr. Nomura's wild ride is not fucking over.
Oh no! Did he announce something new?
Yes, it's called Final Fantasy Remake Part 2 in Terror Grade.
Oh yeah.
Wait. So wait. Kingdom Hearts plays into that?
Not yet.
No, but maybe.
Like
the fact that I can't say no definitively is enough to cause me panic attacks.
Let me put it this way: I am horrified about the fact that Final Fantasy 14 is now canon in the NIER universe. And the reason that horrifies me... No, let me finish. The reason that horrifies me is because Sora went to a place called Quadratum, which now means that Kingdom Hearts and NIER could share a continuity. And I don't know if I can handle that.
Here's the thing. That is Taro. That is Yoko Taro through and through. He is the asshole who loves doing this because it means he gets to do fucked up things to other people's stories.
Yeah, so don't let him and Nomura talk to each other.
Yes.
They probably already have.
If in Kingdom Hearts 4 you could go to a world where you get to hang out with 2B and like she fights alongside you, it'll be the best Kingdom Hearts game ever. By the way,
what'll happen is you'll go to a world and Emil will be there and it'll be very sad. Because you'll learn at the end that it's one of Emil's clones who's just trying to enjoy the last moments of his life.
By the way, I want to point out something that I don't think we had anything to do with this, but ever since we first started trashing Kingdom Hearts on this podcast, the rating on like the Google reviews for Kingdom Hearts 3 used to be at like a 4.2. It is now at a 3.8. Now, I'm not saying that we can take pride in the fact that we helped damage Kingdom Hearts' reputation.
All 7 of our viewers have gone and left negative reviews.
Yes.
Turns out not a whole lot of people were leaving reviews.
There's nothing to damage about Kingdom Hearts' reputation. Everyone who's still a fan knows exactly what they're in for. We are committed to the nightmare. We're stuck. Don't be like us.
Don't let me win with you.
Get
I think the
Will,
franchise is garbage.
As a Resident Evil fan, you fucking get this. Think about how many shit Resident Evil games there are.
I mean that's fair.
But you come back every time.
Thing, though. I think Resident Evil is a different thing, though, because while the stories are vastly different, I don't think they're batshit crazy like Kingdom Hearts is.
Oh no, So the only thing that comes close is the Taro verse, but the Taro verse is interesting in that its relevance to its individual entries is actually minimal. It is the filler fluff. It is for fans of the entire thing to make connections. But the individual story of Automata is very different from the individual story of Replicant, and their themes, though related, do not require each other to understand.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And this is the same for the drinking.
Both universes are confusing and frustrating, but for different reasons.
Yeah. Taro is like there's a rabbit hole that even he admits is just for shits and giggles. And then there's the themes of his own oh god. Steve, did you see that Yoko Taro published what he would do if he wrote Monster Hunter Rise?
I feel like I've read it, but I don't really remember.
Yoko Taro is hyper self-aware of himself. Like, Nomura is now, but Taro has always been self-aware. And so this is just a bleak-ass version of Monster Hunter that he fully admits is, yeah, no, I get it. This is who I am. Deal with it.
Mhm.
That being said, Tino, did you watch the raids?
I started watching. I'm most of the way through the first raid. Not the other two, but I was like halfway through that raid. I was like, wait a second. So we've got. That's when I realized the whole potential continuity thing, and it horrified me. And I was like, maybe I should stop while I'm ahead.
No, you need to watch all the way at least to the third raid. Trust me. That being said, do pay attention to because here's the thing. The 14 team knows when to put the necessary details down. It's not snow, Tino.
I'm aware of that.
Good.
I've been aware of that
boy.
since I saw the first the NIER Gestalt when it was not NIER Replicant version 1.22.
Shit, not again. I'll be right back.
He's gone.
Hmm.
We should probably wrap up this podcast soon. So
All right. Well,
Yeah.
if
Once
we are,
Okay.
once Dave hits 4 dropouts, I think that means that we're done.
Yeah, I need to go call my girlfriend.
So on that note, before we go, we already trashed Kingdom Hearts. So I'm going to actually do a little plug-a-rooney.
Or are we finally sponsored by Raid Shadow Legend? Hell yeah.
I wish.
We've made it, my friends.
We
We've
did
made it.
Yes.
If you want to see me scream like a little baby while running from the monsters in Resident Evil 8, you can check out my channel, which will be linked in the description. Channel Ready to Play, where we are always ready to play on this channel. So, anyone else want to talk about anything?
No.
Not just
No?
yet.
Are you sure
I would
about
just
that? And don't lie to me or I'll know.
I'll know.